The Bible. I'm going to ask a question. Does the Bible, this beautiful book of life, does it promote abortions? The Bible? Well, according to Gavin Newsom, it does. Gavin Newsom, according to the Christian Post, okay, the California governor, Gavin Newsom, he is starting a billboard campaign across the country in states like my state of Oklahoma and Texas, and where we've passed very good abortion laws that the Bible cites with the words of Jesus an endorsement of abortions. So last Thursday, Gavin Newsom posted this image that you see here. Need an abortion? California is ready to help. So he is doing this in these red states to come here, right? To come here and have these. So leave your red state and go to California to get an abortion. Okay, learn more at abortion.ca.gov, and then he quotes the Bible. Okay, he quotes Mark chapter 12, verse 31. Love your neighbor as yourself, and there's no greater commandment than these. Oh, Gavin, man, you theological genius. He did these also. These he's calling us anti-freedom states, and his tweet read this: to any woman seeking an abortion, these anti-freedom states, California will defend your right. He tagged Governor Greg Abbott, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine, Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves. He also tagged the Oklahoma governor. This is just absolutely absurd, guys. And see, here's the thing. As Bible believers and as a pastor, okay, here's what I'm going to tell you. What he fails to do when he, and this is, and you know, I understand it when satanic people like Newsom do this. I don't understand it when pastors do it, but here's what I'll tell you. This is the first commandment of all, right? He didn't, like many people, they'll take little parts of the Bible and twist it. Sean Fott once said that, he was commenting on this on Twitter, and he said that Satan also knows his Bible. But Gavin Newsom doesn't know his Bible. He just made this, he just took this little context, because I'm going to read all of Mark chapter 12, and I'm going to take, not all of it, I'm just going to read you the context of this scripture that since the theological genius of Gavin Newsom. Now let me just read starting in Mark 12, verse 28. Then one of the scribes came, and having heard them reasoning together, perceiving that he had answered them well, he asked, which is the first commandment of all? Now this next part is in red letters. Jesus said to him, the first of all commandment is, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one, and you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your mind, all your strength. That is the first commandment. Now, with that as a backdrop, do you really think that God and the Bible is promoting abortion with that? Do you really think? If you love God with all your heart. I mean, let's just start with thou shalt not kill. Let's just start with that commandment. But I could give you so many scriptures where this abortion is murder, and we don't even have to debate that. But the only thing that Gavin Newsom did was quote verse 31. And the second is this: you shall love your neighbor as yourself. There's no other commandment greater than these. Now, let's just take Newsom's argument. Love your neighbor. I'm going to tell you guys, life begins at conception. At conception. That little baby is your neighbor. He is. This is crazy, guys. This is absolutely crazy. Consider the Bible's very clear on the exploration of God's will, on God's will, and the value of each beautiful life in His creation. And the exclusion of the first commandment is pretty noteworthy of Gavin Newsom. You know what he is? And we preached about this last week. He is a scoffer. Gavin Newsom is a scoffer, which can mean one who mocks or ridicules or scorns the belief in other people. In Hebrew, a scoffer is also translated as a mocker. Okay, a mocker who disagrees with an idea or considers himself as somebody that they're not. And that's exactly what Gavin Newsom did here. And here's what I'll tell him. Here's what I will tell him. Psalms chapter 14, verse 1 says there is make no ambition for those who ridicule God. The Bible has a lot to say about scoffers. You can see it in Proverbs, you can see it in Acts, you can see it in Psalms. But Psalms 1:1 gives us a very clear instruction on how to deal with scoffers. And it says simply this: how blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stand in the path of sinners, nor sit at the seat of scoffers. Yes, that scoffer. The Bible warns us not to entertain their company. Proverbs 13:20 says simply this: whoever walks with the wise becomes a wise, but the companion of the fools will suffer harm.